Hmm. It was a nice. It was a nice. It was certainly a nice 2 hour watch. Shame about the ending though. Yeah, Vancouver FC 2, Halifax Wanderers 1 at Wilby Community Stadium. There's some. I have to say that there are a couple of things I'd have to bring up regarding this. One, we definitely need to learn how to travel better. It can't just be, oh, we can't really travel too well due to our location. What can what do you expect? Be, although that is definitely a factor because there are lots of teams that have a long way to go. The kind of things that work for them in terms of schedule arrangement could work for us. It won't be 1-1, but something will have to. Number two, 90-minute fitness needs to improve immensely. There have been too many cases where we fell off in the second half. We didn't necessarily lose all those games. I don't even think we lost most of them where we started to fall off in the second half, but the second half fall off can't and shouldn't be as common as it has been this season. Number three, be that as it may, I'm happy for how this season has come and proud of Pat and the lads for how far they've come and how close they are to their second playoffs, their first playoffs in a regular season as opposed to the Island Games. There have been low points like this match, but yeah, though the season overall has been a pretty good one, and next season, and it's encouragement for next season for us to make a better next season. Number four, a losing record versus an expansion team deserves questions, as in what led to that overall. Well, I've mentioned two things that had something to do with it, and how can we make sure that's not the norm in next year? Number five, Operation Kids Bop will be a success. You got lots of progress today, 261 minutes, 17-14 to date, leaving us 286 minutes to go over 2 games. And that should be an easy one for us to cover. We have enough to do it. And still, like, sensibly line up. Number six, I'm heartbroken for Nimick. I'd rather have the game end any non-injury related way than an OG from one of our best season to date performers in the last minute of the game deciding it. I am Jesus. If there's anyone who deserves that kind of awful ending, that kind of awful thing to happen with them, it isn't Nimick. I don't think it's anybody, but it isn't Nimick. Number seven, and very likely the most important one, because it will have rendered number six at least moot. We should have killed the game off as early as halftime. Ferrin, I love him, tried like hell to start the scoring, and he finally got his. But good lord, but there were so many missed chances. Right. All right, let me just update this. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, it's the thing is, we need to do better in front of goal than we have been in cases like this. By rights, it should have been 2-3 or 2-4 rather than 2-1. And the Nimick OG should have been like that was a kind of embarrassing. Good thing we managed to pull this off rather than what it was. I probably have a strong bias in favor of Ferrazzo, so positive things stand out more for me. but negative things, while not ignored, tend not to as much. There's a few seasons where I thought Ferrazzo had a good game, and I was in the minority. That's that one did end up making it into the review, and I'm just curious. Maybe that's the case. Anyway, our next game is against Forge. Pat's probably going to bring on one U21 or maybe two, or one now and sub in one at the half or at 60. And we're going to fight like hell. It'd be a great way to do our last home game to give it absolutely everything. Well, we should anyway, but like make absolutely sure we've given absolutely everything in the game against Forge. This could be our first season where we haven't lost a game against Forge. Forge, the bane of our season last season. I'd really like to see that. We get so much as a point we've locked in the playoffs, but I'd like to see a playoff. I'd like to see there be a playoff game at the grounds, and that happens with number 4, with the 4th placement. So that would be really nice. In the next few games and beyond, come on, you Wanderers.